Good morning, Missouri City. I'm Mayor Robin Alacott. So this past Saturday, we started our EOC. Federal and state declaration of disaster have been issued for our area due to the dangerous weather conditions. And right now, there are serious impacts on the city's roadways, energy, as well as water systems. Citizens are asked to stay home if possible. Traveling is especially dangerous because of ice and sleet on the road, as well as our bridges. Energy conservation is critical. Severe winter weather is forecasted for our area into this coming Thursday. I want to ensure you that the safety of our citizens and staff continues to be a top priority as we monitor this emergency. And please remember the 4 Ps, which are pipes, people, pets, and plants. Last night, myself, our city manager, Otis Jones, as well as Mayor Pro Tem Maroulis, had the opportunity to travel throughout the city and visit with staff that's been working on the field, especially salting our bridges, as well as making sure that everything is clear. So their public service and that of police and fire and our first responders are commendable, and please thank them if you see them. As all of you know, tonight we have a special city council meeting and a regular city council meeting that will be held to continue the operation of our city business. Those meetings will be live streamed on the city's website for citizens and stakeholders to watch live. I also want to remind the citizen to plan for possible power outage, and including making sure to charge your systems, your phones, your iPad, what have you, and make sure that you have flashlight and batteries are available as well. Please stay safe, check on your neighbors, and remember to contact us at 281-403-8500. So I have some people that are behind me that are key staff, and I'm going to introduce them. First, we have our city manager, Otis Jones. Now we have Tramika Jewett, our emergency management coordinator. We have our Mayor Pro Tem Maroulis, District B Council Member Jeffrey Boney, and our Police Chief Mike Bearzan, as well as our Acting Chief for Fire Mario Partita. Now I'm going to call upon our City Manager Otis Jones to speak about the operational issues. Thank you.
Missouri City team, I just want to first thank all of you for heeding the advisories and staying off the roads last night. I'm going to ask that y'all continue to do the same for the rest of this event. I do want to give you a couple of highlights, though, that I think is important. We are experiencing some water issues. I think those water issues will dissipate as we have some warming. Some of our water lines, obviously here in Texas, is built on a shallow basis. And so when it gets cold like this, we have some of that. I've got the fire department going out now doing flushing and working with our MUDs. Our MUD districts are in close communications with us regarding those topics. And, they'll be handling their response as to those. In addition to that, our animal control, we've suspended service calls. If you have any issues regarding pets, we will make sure we facilitate receiving those at the animal control office. If need be, one of our emergency response folks will respond to deal with that given the traffic conditions. Trash has been suspended for today and will probably be suspended for tomorrow. We will be communicating to the public as the road conditions improve. And then also too, we are experiencing some rolling blackouts on the power side throughout the market, throughout the region. And so we're not immune to that. We are having some power issues, and we're working closely with CenterPoint to address those issues. I'm going to turn it over to Tramika, who's the one who is going to give you a more detailed analysis. She's our emergency services coordinator and person who we truly appreciate. Also, too, before we do that, I want to just say thanks to our street department, public works employees, our police and fire. They really worked hard throughout the night, and then also to our other emergency response team members who have been working to make sure all of us are safe. So with that, I'm going to turn over to Tramika. Come on in, Tramika.
Good morning. Again, I'm Tramika Jewett, the Emergency Management Coordinator for Missouri City. Some of the impacts we had overnight is, as I mentioned, we have some issues with some pipes. We are currently in the Public Safety Headquarters, which consists of the Fire Station 1, Police Department, Fire Administration, and courts. We currently have no running water due to some isolated frozen pipes issues that we're currently working on. In addition to that, we have some other impacts, minor impacts around the city. Fire Station 5, which is by Ridge Point in the Siena area, is currently on emergency power. Fire Station 2, which is off of McLean Road, is also on emergency power. Over the last 24 hours, we have received some weather calls from citizens. Just be aware that due to the weather outside, there are decreased response times due to road conditions. If you are experiencing water outages, it may be due to isolated frozen lines. Please notify your water provider in your MUD districts. We have been notified also of some areas, and we're working with those MUD districts and water providers to also push that message. Our streets department is also working on retreating some of the roads and just monitoring those to see what needs to be retreated at that time. Also, they mentioned rolling blackouts. Due to the high demand right now, there is a potential for rolling blackouts. To help avoid the high demand, we're encouraging citizens to turn your thermostats down to 68, unplug non-essential appliances, and close your blinds or shades to help conceal some of the heat that is lost through your window.
Tramika, I want you to also advise them as to the warming centers
Okay.
for the homeless and seniors and disabled.
Currently, the state and the region have several warming centers located. If you need assistance with warming centers, you can also reach out to Missouri City. We will post that information on our website. Fort Bend County is currently working to open some additional warming centers, and as soon as those are open, we will also push that out to you guys on our website and on all of our outlets.
Hello, I'm Mayor Pro Tem Maroulis. Thank you, Tramika, for your leadership, and thank you, Public Safety, for all what you're doing. Public Works has treated all 21 city-owned bridges and overpasses and approaches. They will be repeated again today. We're on a 12-hour shift, working throughout the day to make sure you're safe. The city has confirmed with TxDOT that they've treated the roadways, including Highway 6 and US 90, and the following roads are currently closed. Trammell Fresno closed between Vicksburg and Hurricane Lane. Northbound, southbound Highway 6 shut down at the Fort Bend Tollway. US 90 overpass by Texas Parkway. The Fort Bend Tollway overpass at Highway 6 is also closed. And finally, the Highway 288 ramp near the Beltway is closed. As the city manager mentioned, the animal shelter is open. They're taking in pets. We're being staffed overnight. Obviously, we're being careful with our staff members, but we are doing our best to cover that area. Just again, another reminder to be sure you insulate your pipes. A lot of frozen overflow pipes for your sprinkler systems. We're starting to see some of that. Keep your garage doors closed. Open your kitchen cabinets inside your home. Let the faucets drip slightly. Keep your thermostats at about 68 and consistent. And also seal any cracks if you still have any opportunity to do so. With that said, I'd like to introduce you to Councilmember Boney. Thank you.
Morning, Missouri City. First of all, I hope everyone is staying safe and warm. I want to thank all of the Missouri City staff who's working diligently and tirelessly to make sure all Missouri City residents are safe and that we have an adequate response time to you. As a reminder, all schools and local universities are closed. All COVID-19 testing and vaccination sites are closed. and we want to strongly encourage you to keep all of your pets sheltered and inside with you and your family. I have a few pet-friendly winter weather tips that you should all be mindful of. One, make sure you stay indoors. Keep your cats and dogs inside in your home or your garage. Consider providing a dry, well-insulated shelter for any neighborhood or feral cats. Be alert. Signs of hypothermia include shivering, whining, sluggish, or anxious behavior. Listen to your pets, listen to your dog. Hiding in the hood. Warm engines attract cats and small animals. Bang on your hood before starting your engine. Limit your car travel. Never leave your pet in your vehicle. Storm prep. Always create a storm disaster kit with food, water, and medication that can last 5 days, and update those items regularly. And lastly, paw patrol. If walking your pet outdoors, check their paw pads regularly and wipe away any salt and excess moisture after the walk. Keep your pets sheltered and inside with you and your family. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Chief Mike Bears with the Missouri City Police Department. First of all, thank you, Missouri City, for heeding our travel warnings. We had 0 traffic-related incidents on our roadways last night. I can't tell you how much we appreciate you taking that civic challenge and staying home and looking out for you and your neighbors. I ask you to continue that in the hours to come, because we're not out of the woods yet. We'll see a slight thaw, and then it's going to freeze again tonight. So please, please, if you do not have to get out, don't get out. We're working with TxDOT, our Public Works Department, and the county officials to keep the roadways as ice-free as possible. We're going to continue to do that until this weather event's over, and we're here for you. And without any further delay, I'm going to introduce Fire Chief Partita for additional fire response issues. Chief Partita.
Thank you, Chief Barrison. The Emergency Operations Center is Mr. Jones said, is operating at a level 2. We'll be operating through at least Wednesday, and then we'll monitor the situation at that point. Currently, we had 11 calls for service last night and only 1 related to the weather. So I echo what Chief Barrison said, is we appreciate everyone staying home, staying where you are, and staying safe. A little reminder on some safeties, some home safety. If you have the need to use a space heater, just a reminder to keep any items away from the heater for at least 3 feet. And occasionally is giving that heater a break, is make sure that you don't overload your electrical system and turning it off for just a few minutes. Some gas safety. If you smell gas, report it quickly, call 911, and we will come out and check it for you. Please be cautious. Do not use any stoves or inside fires to warm yourself. You can always call the fire department, and we can try to help you through any challenges you might have. For our business partners, our fire marshal's office is on site. They're working here today, and they'll be working throughout the week. So small businesses all the way to our large commercial businesses, if you need help or advice on your fire protection systems, please don't hesitate to reach us, and we will send somebody out to help you with that. With that, I'll turn it over to back to the mayor.
Okay, I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone that's behind me, that's been working hard for the residents, on behalf of the residents. So the clear-cut message today is definitely to stay off the road if possible. We have concrete, and we have snow that's on top of it, so which is freezing up, so it would look like ice glaze that's on top. So, and also check with your neighbor. And I know I did talk about that. We have a COVID restriction that's going on, but please be mindful to check on your neighbors and call 281-403-8500 for any issues, whether it's water pressure low, if you want to find out about road closure, if you want to find out anything about fire, police, city operations, anything of that nature, and we can get that right, the right department that's connected to you. As I stated in the report, in the announcement, that we'll take some Q&A at this point. So if we have any questions that we can answer, we ask those of you that are watching at home, if you have a question that you want anyone that's behind me to answer, please go ahead and type that question in your comments, so this way that we can get those answered to you. Go ahead, we'll start off with the question.
There are water outages citywide. What is being done to address them?
It's a very good question. We're learning this morning that we have some issues with Mud 42, which is taking up a lot of District C for Councilmember Marulis's area, especially Brightwater section. So we do have Quad Valley Utility District Operations is currently checking the hydrant at the Brightwater subdivision, and we're also making sure that we're hearing is that the pipes underground are frozen, so they're working around that issue to make sure that gets addressed and concerned. We should have something on our website or as an alert coming out to you about Mud 42 and then the water issue that we have.
Are the grocery stores and hardware stores open today?
So the city is currently checking on those issues to see that if they're open. As far as we know, that we have not heard anything from H-E-B, Kroger, or Walmart, or any of the other supercenter stores that we have here in Missouri City that they're closed. We do know that H-E-B have cut down their hours of operations, which is on our website. That you can look at that. But as far as we know, no gas stations, no food stores have been announced to us that they're not in operation today.
What winter storm warnings are in effect and what do they mean?
I have Councilmember Jeffrey Boney answer this.
Thank you. So we're still under a hard freeze warning until 12 noon on tomorrow. That's Tuesday, February the 16th, which means that sub-freezing temperatures are expected and could damage unprotected outdoor plumbing, kill crops, and other sensitive vegetation. We're also under a wind chill warning until 12 noon tomorrow. So very cold air and strong winds will create dangerously low wind chill values. This will result in frostbite and lead to hypothermia. So avoid being outside if at all possible. If you want to get an update on road closures in the city, always go to the city's website at www.missouricitytx.gov.
Today is my trash collection day. Will I receive services?
Thank you. I'll answer that one as well. So due to the hazardous weather conditions and road conditions, WCA Waste Corporation has already suspended municipal solid waste pickup services for today, Monday, February 15th, possibly tomorrow, February 16th. But WCA officials will continue to monitor, forecast, and provide service updates as they become available.
Okay. Any other questions?
We have lost power. What can we do to stay warm? There are widespread power outages reported in the area. Fort Bend County KP George said about 25% of customers are now without power, while 600,000 Houston residents have lost power. What are some tips that our residents can do to keep warm when the power is out?
I do know that Mayor Pro Tem Marulis had that opportunity to look at that issue, so I will let him answer that.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, so first and foremost, please be careful. Close your blinds and your curtains to keep the heat inward. Close off some of the rooms that you're not using, and that way you're not wasting heat. Wear layers of clothing, be it light fit or whatnot, but at least use some warm clothing. Eat and drink food. It's energy for your body. It's important that you avoid caffeine and alcohol. Stuff towels around the doors and the cracks so that way you don't have any cool air coming into the house. And you can also use your fireplace if you have a gas fireplace, but please make sure your vent is open so that you don't get bad heat and you put yourself in a bad spot. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? If we don't have any other questions, we're going to go ahead and close this live stream. So I just want to take this opportunity to thank our city manager, as well as Tramika Jewett, our emergency operation management coordinator, Mayor Pro Tem Anthony Maroulas, our District B Council Member Jeffrey Boney, as well as our Police Chief Mike Berzan, as well as Acting Chief Mario Pertita, for joining us here. As you know, some of us indicated here that we're going to be monitoring this situation all throughout today, as well as tomorrow into Thursday. We will have a conference tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning just to update you on things that we're hearing. So we'll come back to you tomorrow. But just so the conference ended doesn't mean that you can't ask any questions. You have two opportunities and two ways to do this. One, any issues, please contact us at 281-403-8500. That is our phone number. And as Councilmember Boney talked about, our website, you can go through that, www.missouricitytx.gov. And then also on our Facebook with any questions that you may have, then we can also try to get the answers out to you. We will have the Mud 42, the water pressure issue. Whatever is going on, we'll come back with an alert and let you guys know what's happening as well. There's no other questions. Thank you so much. Okay, we're good. Thank you.